We need to examine the maid's body in the cellar.
To find out who killed her?
To be sure she was murdered before we start pointing fingers.
I guess we'll have the key. Unless we can find another way in. Rory's not one for cleaning up after himself. I think I might have an idea how to get into the cellar, but I'm not sure you'll like it.
If it involves this filthy dumbwaiter, don't even think about it.
I can't fit in there, and I see no other way into the cellar.
You're asking me to put a lot of trust in you, given the circumstances.
You can trust me, and I will do my very best to learn to trust you.
All right, then. Clothes can be washed. Lovely. Pull me back up! I need something to open the doors from the inside once I'm down there.
Hello. What? What? Uh-oh.
I guess we'll have the key. Unless we can find another way in. This should do it.
Going down?
Good luck.
See you in a minute.
Dr. Farber. Is everything all right? Leah! Oh, if anything's happened to her.
You needn't worry about me. I've been to stranger places than this castle. Follow me. What a horrific way to die.
They seem to be a house full of carnivores.
Her neck's been broken, and with some considerable force, it seems. Her necklace looks like gold, albeit a plain design. And it's missing any form of pendant.
Still, well beyond a maid's salary. It...
Your stag is here, my little doe.
Little doe? Not exactly the usual way to address the staff.
Where's that sudden draft coming from? Her neck's been broken, and with some considerable force, it seems. Her necklace looks like gold, albeit a plain design, and it's missing any form of pendant.
Still, well beyond a maid's salary. It...
Where's that sudden draft coming from? Mr. Gordon? Speak to me, please.
the missing pendant. He threw it into the blood-filled basin.
David, can you hear me? Mr. Gordon, are you with me?
Yep. Little doe. Not exactly the usual way to address the staff.
We're all here, sir. All down in the dark. Something's coming. The attic, sir. She's in the attic!
What just happened? You look like you were in some kind of trance.
Perhaps the lack of sleep is affecting me. Or the visions that you'd think me insane if I described them to you.
You need to learn to trust me. I am on your side, remember?
So you say. But I remember you locked my father up too. A tiger can't change its stripes.
Ugh, that's horrible.
You're not the one with your hand in it. French. I don't speak French.
I do. It says for Clara, forever yours. Who's Clara?
I don't know. Yet another relative, perhaps?
We should ask someone who's been around here for longer. How did you know it was there? The pendant, I mean.
If I told you, you wouldn't believe me. A hunch. Eddie gave this to her. We should ask him to his face just what his relationship was with her.
This isn't another ghost story, is it?
Look, you wouldn't understand. I can't...
What I do understand is that we could not accuse a man of murder without proof.
They seem to be a house full of carnivals. The scene really did rip when she tried to get away from him.
You okay?
If you'd just like to wait out here, sir.
I need to speak with Eddie.
The young master and her ladyship are otherwise detained.
May I remind you, this is my house?
May I remind you that it is not yours yet?
Fair enough. There's no doubt about his loyalty, nor with whom it lies. If Eddie really gave her that pendant, he might be her killer, and I might not be losing my mind. Mr. McKinnon, who is Clara?
The lady, Clara, young Eddie's late mother. A box with some of her belongings are kept in the library, as Master Eddie feels himself more a Gordon than a Mallory.
Nobody in this house is particularly chatty, not even when I have an actual question for them. If Eddie really gave her that pendant, he might be her killer, and I might not be losing my mind. Clara seems to be the name of Eddie's mother.
It's hardly an uncommon name. We need more proof for a grave accusation like this.
The belongings of Eddie's mother. Recognize that?
The necklace. Is that...
A young Eddie and his mother Clara.
I regret to inform you that your husband, Corporal Victor Mallory, number 874511, was killed in action with the enemy on the day of the 14th of September in Ypres. Your husband was involved in an advance against enemy lines. While he and his fellow soldiers fell, the action was successful, and you can take comfort in knowing his sacrifice saved many lives. It was not possible to get his remains away, and he was buried in a soldier's grave. Please accept the condolences of all the company. Yours, Captain Arthur Jones, 4th Army.
Thank you for your last letter. My heart soars with every word of yours I read. I touch the ink and imagine your fingers are just inches from mine, that we can almost touch, that I can almost feel the warmth of your skin once more. Young Edward grows more like his father each day. You'd be amazed how he shares your looks. I long for the day that this terrible war is ended and you return home to us, so we can be a family once more. I shall write to you again soon. Know that until then you are always in our hearts. Your loving wife, Clara.
The date. She was writing this when the death notice arrived. Oh, the poor woman. You see? The necklace was his mother's. He gave it to the maid. The maid!
You're right. We need to speak to him about this. But how could you know this? I can't help you if you don't tell me.
Cousin Eddie might be a murderer. How I draw my conclusions can wait for now. Eddie, I need to ask you about the maid. About Ailsa.
You didn't know her!
I know that you and her were... That is to say, I know you had feelings for her.
What? That's poppycock! You're as deranged as your father was!
David, really? You go too far with this behaviour.
The police will be here soon. Would you not prefer to clear this up before they get here in case they link Eddie with a crime?
Now look here, young lady. How dare you speak?
That's enough. Eddie. My little doe. Strange thing to call the help.
How? It was just harmless fun, that's all.
Her clothing was ripped, as if someone was trying to force themselves upon her.
I would never have hurt her.
You gave her this. It was your mother's.
I did. It was.
Eddie!
I was just trying to cheer her up. She has nothing, and I had no need of it. You know she sends... You know she sent most of her money home to her grandmother.
You're a worthless liar. You think she thought being pressed against a dead animal was harmless fun?
How do you know? It's true. Ailsa and I would never have laid a finger on her. We were in love. I helped her with everything, even with her chores. Rose and...
That's quite enough. Eddie, you are obviously upset. And you are not helping, David. Angus, will you please take the young master upstairs?
As you say, Mum.
I think you have caused quite enough disruption here. We shall settle this heritage dilemma first thing tomorrow.
I don't think so. I have more questions now than ever. About my father, the maid, this whole damn house.
Have a care, David. Need I remind you of your father's temper?
I would never.
Given the current mental state of Master Eddie, who should be a part of the heritage considerations, any discussion on the topic would be futile at this point. Would you not agree?
Thank you, Leah. Maybe it's a good thing you're here after all.
Impudent brats!
What's going on?
Did you notice when Margaret got angry?
When Eddie mentioned... What was it? Chores involving a rose. What does that mean?
Something about the garden, perhaps? We could ask Rory. Or is it about the attic? Oh, I wonder. Whatever it is, it's something she doesn't want us to know.
The attic?
I saw the maid coming down the stairs with a tray. But there's nothing up there but an empty room.
Interesting.
I've read enough to know Edward was a dangerous man. Perhaps even a murderer. Why does Margaret still hold him in such high esteem? You see? The necklace was his mother's. He gave it to the maid. The maid!
You're right. We need to speak to him about this. But how could you know this? I can't help you if you don't tell me.
Cousin Eddie might be a murderer. How I draw my conclusions can wait for now.
What is it?
I'll get you back. Oh!
Stop monkeying around. Come with me.
I'll come inside in a bit.
Don't go.
Can I just have a few
It's
more
not a request, Carol.
Don't worry. I'll be fine.
What's happening to me?
David? Is everything all right?
We should make haste. Maybe once I find out what really happened to Father here, I can finally talk to my family and staff about some lighter topics. Nobody in this house is particularly chatty, not even when I have an actual question for them. I have to thank you again for coming to my aid in there.
I'm glad I found you in time. Thankfully, Mr. Harrison had made an educated guess as to your whereabouts. Oh, stunning. How curious. Come and look at this. Look, they form a clear circle.
This can't be
Hello.
a fluke.
Well, looks like one of the stones is missing.
A heavy enough stone to weigh yourself down with. I've never seen a rose like this before.
I have. The gardener, Rory. He brought some down from the glass house.
Something's carved into each one. You see? The
You're right, but
cousin. That's an unusual-looking rose. I noticed one lying by the side of the loch.
Aye, that's been me. A flower for the flower of Scahandu, Cecilia.
My aunt? They're for her?
I grew 'em for her. She loved the roses, did Cecilia. No the red ones, though. Made her think of blood, ye ken.
Forgive me, but wouldn't it be more fitting to place them on her grave?
Why, she's no there, is she, laddie? That's not where she rests. And I don't much stand by your modern god.
Rory, what happened to her? What happened to Cecilia?
I'm not in the mood to open old wounds, laddie.
There are some strange markings carved into the stones on the shore.
Runes, aye. I'm old-fashioned, I suppose. Still hold to the old ways.
Superstitions don't gain validity just by being believed in for a long time.
I'd watch that. Your precious science doesn't have all the answers, lassie.
May I have some of the roses, Rory? I'd like to place them on Cecilia's grave.
What's she to you? You didn't ken her.
No, I didn't. But she's family. And besides, Father always spoke fondly of her. He would even smile as he talked about playing in the gardens with her as a child.
He did he? Aye, well, that's good to ken. I should have some left in the glass house.
I'll speak to you later, Rory.
Aye, I'm sure you will, laddie. Sorry, lassie, but you can't go in. It's for family only.
Just hold on a moment.
No, it's okay. I quite understand. You go ahead, and I'll wait here for you, if I must.
Aye, you must. I know, it doesn't look like I have green fingers.
Are these...
Aye, Cecilia's roses.
They're beautiful.
I like to think so.
But they seem to be the only thing that grows here.
Looking to break some more locks, laddie.
These are... dead as dodos.
Hard to raise anything beautiful here, ever since Cecilia's gone.
Can you tell me about Cecilia? What was she like?
She was a lovely lassie, but she had more than her share of troubles.
Grandfather Edward.
You ken well enough, son.
You said she wasn't in her grave.
Aye, that I did.
Did she drown?
She did. Killed herself. Her body was never found. Now all I have of her is my memories. And they are not what they were. And this.
That is exquisite. Cecilia made this.
She made it, aye. For me. Girl must have cut her fingers 100 times doing it. On the thorns, ye ken.
You are unworthy of the name Gordon.
Get away from her, you coward! You monster!
Who is that old woman? It takes courage to confront Edward like that.
They lied to me.
Who did?
All of them.
I saw an old lady. She wore a long, flowing dress. Her voice was strong, determined.
Sounds like Rosemary. She was Lady Margaret's mother.
What just happened?
I could ask you the same thing. You started to talk to yourself. And then you were throwing your arms about like you were fighting something. I couldn't see what. You started bawling and the lassie came in to see what was going on. She tried to settle you, but you just went for her.
Was Cecilia not able to have children? Did that anger Grandfather Edward?
Maybe you can see well enough too, son. Maybe you can. It wasn't her, it was her husband. He was the bother. Couldn't, you ken?
I think so, yes.
Aye, well, Edward blamed Cecilia for it, for picking the wrong man for her mate. You'll be fine, laddie. You just need some fresh air. This place can get to ye.
The secateurs should be... Here they are. How could I know? This seems awfully accurate for a forgotten memory. The crack is right there. Edward was furious. Seems like him and great-grandmother Rose didn't see eye to eye.
Trust your instincts, laddie.
David, are you all right?
Am I all right? I should be asking you. I'm so sorry I hurt you. I don't know what happened.
Don't worry. I faced much worse in the asylum.
She's tough. I don't think it's possible to face her. Sorry again.
Maybe don't leave me outside like a naughty puppy next time.
Yes, quite.
Oh, Brooke, Hathaway, move. Move, come on. Brooke.
I think that Edward may be responsible for the death of my Aunt Cecilia. Not directly. She drowned herself in the loch. I think that Edward drove her to it.
Old families usually have a skeleton or two in the cupboard.
Yes, but my family has a graveyard full. I feel like the madness that runs through this family, through these walls, is starting to seep into me too.
I can help you, but you need to open up. You need to start talking to me.
You would not believe me if I told you.
Stubborn, just like your father.
Whatever secret this family is hiding, it's costing lives. Cecilia, the maid, my father. We have to put a stop to this. We need to find out what happened to the maid tonight.
What is it, David?
I have to see.
David, wait! You have to start confiding in me, David. What are you seeing?
I think I'm seeing ghosts. Ghosts of those who have died here. I see my father as a child. He's trying to communicate with me.
Perhaps you visited here as a child. Maybe you're remembering stories your father told you of this place when you were young.
You see? I said you wouldn't believe me. If I'm only remembering things, how would I have known where to find a pendant? How could I have known he tried to force himself on her? Unless you think I killed her.
I don't think you killed anyone, David. And you're right. I can't explain it.
So?
So, we focus on the facts as we know them.
Go on.
You saw the maid's body. Her neck was broken. That was the work of a human, not a ghost, yes?
I suppose so, yes.
Lady Margaret knows more than she's saying, that's for sure.
Godspeed getting anything out of that old hag.
No, I know. But Eddie might be an easier option.
Yes. Yes, we need to find him. And make sure Margaret isn't there to interrupt.
I believe she's already gone to bed, but I'll check. You go find Eddie.
Still working hard, I see.
A lawyer's work is never done.
May I ask you something? My Aunt Clara, how did she pass?
It's a funny thing, from what I know. She had a fever, something she should have recovered from, but Lady Margaret said it was as if she didn't try to fight it and she let it take her. Lady Margaret raised Eddie as her own after that.
I'm still debating the transfer of my ownership. I'm not sure whether to do it or not.
Well, it's not my place to advise either way, but it is part of my job to provide a conduit between you and Lady Margaret. I'm confident we can work toward a solution.
What can you tell me about my Aunt Cecilia?
Beyond her name, I know nothing about her, I'm afraid.
And Rose?
She died before I entered the Gordon service.
Thank you for your time. I'll leave you to it.
Indeed. The sooner I finish, the sooner I can leave.
Leave?
This place, I hate to say it as a grown man, but it gives me the creeps. And with what happened to the maid, well...
Quite. So, until later then. Well, that's clear enough.
Well, hello, my dear Elsa. Oh, Sir Edward, you look very handsome today.
Eddie?
Why, thank you. You're as beautiful as ever, my little doe. Oh, mwah, mwah.
Eddie, can you hear me? What can you tell me about great-grandmother Rose? What did Elsa have to do? Eddie! Self-made dolls. Ugh. The stuff of nightmares. What do you see here, Eddie?
You'll be quite safe, the little rabbit said to his brothers and sisters. The fox is fast asleep, so the rabbits tiptoed past, but the fox was sly. He wasn't asleep at all. He opened his yellow eyes.
I've warned you before to mind your place. This will be the last time you defy me.
The eyes of the fox, they shone with cruel light as he punched on the rabbits and ate them all one by one. It was only then he went to sleep, his tummy full, his heart content.
A secret passage.
What do you think you're doing?
That won't be long, I hope. Look after Eddie. Just a little further. Damn it!
That's it. Open wide. Good, good.
I don't want any.
That's all right, dear. Did I tell you that John's son David has arrived? He's as bothersome as his father. Not worthy of this place. Poor Angus will never recover from the sight of John's charred remains. Selfish, selfish man.
Please, don't.
I do not enjoy this, as you well know, but you brought it on yourself. Your son was a good man. You should not have defied him.
Rosemary. Oh my God. She's barely skin and bones. How is she still alive?
I found the hidden switch. It was in the bookcase.
You scared me half to death.
Well, you will insist on wandering off without telling me where you're going, and I just managed to avoid Lady Margaret when... Jesus, God!
I saw this.
In a vision.
Edward beat her with it. Used it to cripple the poor woman.
Oh, my God. And he hung it there to remind her every day. Take it down.
You're sure?
Do it!
Thank you. Thank you.
Rose? Rosemary? Can you hear me? Rose? Rosemary? Can you hear me?
Look, what's that? You're fine, Zeus. You're fine. Fine, guys.
Where are you going? We can't leave her like this.
Rosemary, I'm David, John's son, your great-grandson.
Here, try this. No, like this. Gently.
Who did this to you?
Edward. I was bad. I disobeyed.
Disobeyed? How did you disobey?
Cecilia. I tried to stop him. Stop what he was doing.
What was he doing, Rosemary?
Should not have disobeyed. Not disturb him in the old wing. Never talk back.
Rose! Rose! What did he do to Cecilia?
I don't think you'll get anything more out of her. Poor woman. Come on, Lady Rosemary. We'll get you out of here.
No!
We can get you somewhere safe.
I'm safe here, in this room. Safe from the Black Mirror.
The Black Mirror. Margaret has a lot to explain. I think we need to have words with her ladyship. Margaret, we need to talk about...
Lady Margaret, if you please.
Never mind that. What the hell are you doing with Rosemary?
You're one to talk. You're just like your father, leaving nothing but fear and misery in your wake.
What in God's name are you talking about?
You spoke to young Eddie, did you not? Now he's convinced everyone is trying to kill him. He has taken poor Andrew hostage and is threatening his life.
Where is he?
He's taken him to the old wing, and he is armed.
I'll go. I can talk to him.
You will not. You two have caused quite enough trouble already.
We? How dare you, when you continue to worship Edward, even though he drove poor Cecilia to drown herself?
I will not allow you to...
To what? To speak the truth? To say that Edward...
He never touched her! You come here, and you...
No, you. You are the one in the wrong here. You know more than you're saying, and we both know it. There's something in this place. An evil that has plagued our family for generations. Instead of blaming others, maybe you should look closer to home for the cause of your misfortune.
You know nothing. What I did, what I do, everything is for this family. How can you possibly understand?
Please, my lady, we can discuss this later. Miss Farber, you need to speak to Master Eddie.
Take us to him.
This way. Have a care in the old wing. It isn't used, and for good reason. A section of wall fell into the sea some years back, and the rest is falling to ruin. Over there, sir.
Eddie?
No! No! They're after me! All of them! Trying to kill me! No! Please help!
Eddie, look at me, Eddie, just at me. It's going to be all right.
Stay back here. I'll try to reason with him.
You will not. This is what I do. Eddie? Talk to me, Eddie. Tell me what's troubling you.
Deep and wide.
Troubling me?
I might make
He is!
Eddie would
And
see.
David! They all are!
They all are what, Eddie?
Accusing me! They think I killed her!
She's keeping him distracted.
The maid, you mean?
But I'm not sure
But
she
I
can talk him
didn't!
into dropping the gun.
I didn't!
He seems too far gone for
I
that.
believe you, Eddie. I believe you.
What are you doing? One more step and I kill him!
He can't see me from here. This might be a way across. Steady now.
The fuck? Okay, now they're talking about you and Doritos. Kitten, what you eating? What you eating?
Please let me go!
That's why they're talking
Why
about
should I?
Doritos.
You liar! Liar! Stop wriggling about. You stay still.
Let him go, Eddie. Everything is all right. Slowly, Mr. Holmes.
Come here!
Bloody fool. Seems intact. Now for some ammunition. Bits of bone. Should work if I'm careful. Seems intact. Now for some ammunition. Let's hope this doesn't snap under the strain.
What the? Leave me alone! I told you! Leave me alone!
Eddie, stop!
What? Get them off me!
Hold still, you bastard!
Andrew! Andrew, no!
David? David?
What? What happened?
Relax. Everything's fine.
Fine? Are you out of your mind?
Oh, please, contain yourself, Andrew.
I most certainly will not. And I'm not spending another moment in this madhouse. I will fetch the police from the village immediately.
I don't think that would be wise, sir.
Are you threatening me?
Perish the thought, sir. I'm merely pointing out the folly of driving these roads in the dark.
And besides, we may need the car if Eddie's condition worsens.
The insane brat can jump off the roof for all I care. I, for one, will rather risk my life out there than in here.
Leave, then. And before you even think of telling anyone what happened here, just remember who you are dealing with. And yes, you may consider that a threat. Angus, kindly help me with young Eddie.
Careful now, just take it slowly. I'm sorry I didn't believe you.
Science took a beating tonight.
After seeing what happened here, I think even Dr. Freud would agree with you.
The mirror. I think it's some kind of dark force, an ancient evil summoned by the Druids.
And they lost control over it.
I believe they never had control.
I need to check up on Eddie and make sure he's all right.
Have you forgotten that he tried to kill you?
So, I'll be careful then. He's a person in need, no matter what he did.
My father tried to destroy the mirror, to end the evil, but he failed. Now he's trapped in there.
Are you talking about his soul?
If that's what you want to call it. All I know is... we have to find a way to free him. Edward knew of the mirror. He may have even understood its power.
So we know what it is, but not where.
It's underground. Somewhere. Reaching it, well, that's the real conundrum.
And how not to end up like your father.
This is Edward's lair. And Margaret was none too eager on us prying.
So we should pry.
Indeed.
Another one.
Like the symbols carved on the rocks.
Rory.
Yes. He might know what it means.
He'll probably be asleep at this late hour, though.
The first time I met him was in the dead of night. So who knows? He might get lucky. Son of a... An army book. It belonged to Angus.
There's a page marked.
It details how to perform a cesarean section.
Does that mean that Angus...
delivered Cecilia's baby? That way they could keep it out of the public eye.
Horrifying.
This place must be a dream for a psychiatrist.
Or nightmare.
Eddie didn't want to do his delicate work in the dark. Ooh, raw alcohol. The bloodstains on it are old and dry. Eddie is truly desperate to be a great Gordon like his grandfather. Angus and Eddie. The family that slays together, stays together. Empty. Another of Eddie's horrors waiting to happen. Eddie didn't want to do his delicate work in the dark. Just how far does the official Gordon estate reach? Looks like this is where Grandfather Edward did his work. You were probably looking for this too, Father. Eddie already took everything he could find. Something's missing. Eddie had too much respect for the old man to just break this open. This looks interesting. Looks like it is part of the key Father hid away for me. The maid could never have afforded this. This is a trinket of the rich, not a servant. I've never seen a key like this before. It feels like Father wanted me to keep it a secret.
Ugh, the stench. It reeks of death down there.
That foul smell might lead us straight to where we need to go.
You think the way to the mirror might be through that abyss?
Perhaps. It's too dark to see what's down there. This looks interesting. This look... Still not complete, it seems. Doesn't fit like that. Eddie had too much respect for the old man to just break this open. Doesn't fit like that.
Ow. Ow.
Doesn't fit like that.
Okay.
doesn't fit like that. Mr. McKinnon.
Master David. Miss Farber.
If you don't mind me saying, you look like you could use some sleep.
After seeing what happened in the old wing, I doubt I will ever sleep well again.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
No, sir. I do not think you do.
How is Eddie faring?
The young master is in bed. We've ensured he's comfortable and cannot do any further harm.
I'd like to speak to him, to help us understand why he did what he did.
Lady Margaret is sitting with him at the moment. I'm afraid he's in no fit state to talk.
I hope you manage to sleep soon.
Thank you, sir. As do I. Oh, Rory the gardener mentioned he wanted to speak with you. He's in the library.
Thank you for letting me know. Hello, Rory. What brings you to the library in the dead of night?
I don't rightly know. I woke up. Something, a feeling, made me come here.
I see.
I ken I wasn't much of a help to you earlier. It is not easy for me to trust folks.
From what I've seen of this family, I cannot entirely blame you. Edward's diary mentioned an old, deserted village somewhere nearby.
I ken it. I haven't been up there in years, though. 'Tis a fearful place, so it is.
What happened? Why was it abandoned?
The folks there were all killed. All dead. Wiped out overnight. Nobody goes there anymore.
But Edward did.
Aye.
How did the village die? It was the Druids. The Druids using the Black Mirror.
Aye, it was. They got what they wanted, drove back the Romans. Aye, that they did. But it cost them dear.
Can you take us to the village?
No, son, I canna. My eyesight's not what it was, you ken. And them woods are not safe with no map to guide ye. I can get you across the loch when you ken the path, though.
We need to find this deserted village. It's not on the map, and I have a feeling Lady Margaret and Angus will remain as unhelpful as they have been so far.
According to the diary, your great-grandmother would know where it is, though.
Rose? Rosemary! It's me, it's David. I need you to help us. The village where Edward was born. Can you point to it on this map? Can you do that? Oh, nothing. It's like she's shut down.
Just a second. Try now.
There! That's where the village is. This ought to be enough for Rory to help us find the village.
We'll need a boat to get across the loch.
There's one at the lakeside.
Huh? Oh. Yeah, I know she did on Words with Friends. The stuff I already showed you. Why did she message you though? Oh. Said she messaged you. Oh. Yeah, okay. I was like, Zeusy Boosey. Mr. Zeusy. Mr. Zeusy. Brooke, off. Hi, Zeusy Boosey. Gotta get off of us. Boy.
We know the way to the village now.
Well done, laddie. You both go on ahead and ready the boat. I'll see you down at the jetty.
What? No, we can find it ourselves. It's cold and dark outside.
I ken the weather, lassie. I'm nae some bairn, and I'm nae too old to walk up a hill.
I get the feeling you won't take no for an answer.
You say that right, and I ken what's up there mair than you both.
Yeah, I already sent you the snapshot.